Boss Kitchen. Of course, today I'll be doing for you chicken soup with pumpkin. I'm going to be doing this soup with a difference to show you how I could use a pumpkin to make a thickening for the soup. Alright? So as I go along, I will show you how I'm going to be boiling the pumpkin along with the chicken and the other vegetables, and blending the pumpkin to put back in the soup to give it a nice thick body. Alright? So here are my ingredients that I'm working with today. And I'll be making a pumpkin soup with chicken for 2 persons. So there I got my chicken. The chicken already seasoned up with my preferred season, Nature's Made season, black pepper. And the rest of the ingredients that is here is garlic, scotch bonnet pepper, my Maggi chicken noodle soup, and I have here my ground Parmesan, sweet potato, Irish potato, and there's a little piece of cocoa. You don't have to put all the starch if you don't want to. And here I got my thyme, green onion or scallion, 2 cloves of garlic, my carrot, and my pumpkin. If you want a bigger pot of soup, you'll have to double these ingredients for 4 serving. But this is for 2 serving. Here I also have my pimento seed. This is going to give that like a nice flavor to your soup. Traditional Saturday chicken soup or whatever meat you choose to use. Boy, I'm long for some beef soup. You know that local beef soup. Yes, that should be coming up next. In my next video, I hope I can find me some local beef. Okay, right here I got my pot. Getting ready to boil. In this pot, I'm going to be putting the chicken. And some persons like to use chicken, other chicken parts like chicken wings or chicken back. So today I'm using what I have available. Some chicken drumsticks. Alright? And I'm going to wait for that to boil as I prepare the vegetables, the corn. I'm going to be putting in the corn, the Irish potato, the corn, the pumpkin, and the carrot. So they could come to a boil where I could take the pumpkin from the pot and blend it to give the soup a thick body. And then I'll be adding little bits of pieces of pumpkin to the soup later on. So stay tuned. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. And leave your comment in the comment section. Today I appreciate my viewers, and bear in mind that this is a healthy kitchen. The aim of my kitchen is to teach my audience how they should cook healthy, what they should eat healthy, and stay away from preservative foods. Highly preservative foods, they give you different type of disease, so you do not want to be eating too much, if at all eating foods with too much preservative, foods that are processed, in other words. Alright, so stay tuned and watch this video, and thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for liking, thank you for leaving your comment. I'll be right back as the pot progresses. Okay, welcome back again. Let's see how this pot is progressing. Okay, so in the pot, as you can see, the corn and the pumpkin, the chicken, and I'm going to be taking out the pumpkin for it to cool. So if you notice, these are big chunks of pumpkin that would persons who just mash out, cut them finer for them to mash out in the soup, but I don't do it like that. I discovered another way where I could get this pumpkin into a creamy texture. So I'm gonna let that, put this in the blender to blend with a small amount of hot water, just to keep the temperature up. right? So I can put back in my soup to give it the body. And here I have the ground provision ready, cut up, sweet potato the Irish, and have some leftover pumpkin that I'm going to be tossing on top of the soup as it comes to a finish, right? I'm going to be adding on to my soup some of my noodle soup, Maggi noodle. My preferred noodle is Grace, and I have Maggi today. And this is like 2 tablespoons of a noodle, which I'm putting in. And bear in mind that noodle is salty, so you got to watch the salt on your soup. Remember, I'm cooking healthy, not too much salt now. So I like to have had that. Then I start adding the ground provision. The ground provision. And of course the dumpling. Guess what? I almost forgot the dumpling. You mad? Dumpling after in the soup. Remember when we were little children and we used to go to school, and when we come from school and dinner ready, the first thing we check out the plate for a dumpling. And if the dumpling is in at the plate or the soup or whatever the dinner is, you should see the expression on our face with Bix. Because we want that dumpling. Yeah? So that tradition still goes on. If you're making soup, especially if you're a Caribbean person, you have to have dumpling in there. Even though it might seem like too much starch, but yes, you could just eat up what you want. You want dumpling have to in there. And some people will ask me, so what is the dumpling? You see the dumpling there? And of course, I'm going to be pausing a bit so I could blend the pumpkin to bring it that body. So in the meantime, we're going to be putting in the rest of the ground provision. Alright? Some of the ground provision in there. See? I'm going to be rolling in my dumplings in a bit. But I don't have much help today, so I'm going to be pausing for a while and put my dumpling in. Right, and the last thing we'll be going in is the blend of pumpkin and the carrot and my seasoning. Thyme and pepper and green onion, escallion if you want to call it that. Alright. Stay tuned. Wow, wow, wow. Now look at this. Ready to serve. Nice and thick. Gotta make sure that you get a piece of every little thing in this soup. Yes. Straighten that up. Of course, you need a dumpling in there. Come on. And a dumpling. I'm going to fill you now with some soup. Wow. Look at that. Ready to serve Saturday evening soup. No, so don't forget the yellow yam still, but I didn't have any. So you can also put yellow yam in your soup and leave off one of the starch. There you have it.